Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a game between Rain and Stork here on the map called Third World. Got this replay off of the foreign Discord server. And yes, it's a good place to find replays of Brood War casts and fellow Brood War fans. Bottom left-hand corner, we have the yellow Protoss player. His name is Rain, also known as Sun. Well, Sun. And in the top right-hand corner, the blue Protoss player, it is Stork. This is a fairly new game. Fairly new game played in the StarCraft Remastered client. Going to be a PvP for those of you who are fans of the mirror matchups. I have heard you. I've listened to you. I'm trying to cast really, really good mirror matchups. If you missed the TVT between Mong and Light earlier this week, go watch it. For the love of all that is holy, go watch it. It was an amazing TVT. There were battle cruisers, you guys. There were battle cruisers involved. I'm not going to say anything else, but just check it out. All right, so we've had Stork on the channel before. He is a very, very solid player for sure. Just no real questions about his resume. Rain as well. No questions about his resume, but it's his first time on the channel, so we'll introduce him by just a little bit. He is nicknamed The Assassin. He formerly played for Team My Insanity prior to officially retiring. Once a promising Brood War pro gamer who made a name for himself during the last seasons of the Brood War Pro League, Rain switched to StarCraft 2 in May of 2012 and then came back to Brood War a couple years later. Again, nicknamed The Assassin, his total earnings in his career are $241,000. So seriously, a winner in his own right here. He should definitely give Stork all that he can handle. I believe Rain was also featured in the BlizzCon show match, the Brood War show match in the remastered client. So he's still relevant. He still has his fans around. I do like him quite a bit. And then Stork, just pretty darn solid. We've seen him go up against players such as Larva and definitely hold his own and be pretty amazing too. So Stork getting a little bit older, a little bit longer in the tooth, I believe somebody said in one of the comments in a previous channel, but still, again, able to kick it with the youngins fairly well. I mean, not that Rain is a youngin. He's 26, which, in esports terms, is fairly an old man. Aha! Yes, we have. Oh, it was Larva. Was it Larva versus Stork on this map? Oh, they're all running together right now. It was a Protoss versus Larva on this map. We had these eggs, and they just allow you to wall off, and then you can get out later if you want to. So we're not playing against a Zerg player here, so wall offs are not really going to be part of the play. You don't bother to wall off in PvP. I love the scouting here from Rain, seeing exactly what's coming out. We have the one gateway, we have the cybernetics core, and we have the gas, exactly what Rain is going for. Very standard opening here in PvP. Nothing too crazy. No Nexus first play. No double gateway pressure with a lot of zealots coming at you. Just you don't have to worry about anything. And that's what's nice. Also, early units out of Protoss can't catch probes very well. As we see this zealot desperately huffing and puffing to catch this little guy. This little probe that he can't even see on the screen right now. I'm zoomed in so far. It's bad news bears. Dragoon finally popping out. The Dragoon will be able to get rid of the probe eventually, but the probe not even bothering to run for it. Just like, you know what? I'm going to stay here. I'm going to force you to delay your attack until I'm gone, which is just such a baller move. I wish more players did this. Look at this. There's nothing coming down for Stork. He has no further tech at all. He's not throwing down additional gateways. He's not going for a Stargate. He's not doing anything because this probe will just see it. Meanwhile, back home, working on that upgrade, the Singularity Charge upgrade, is Rain. Finally, the probe goes down. And now, Stork can get into what he needs to do. A little bit of pressure here with a couple Dragoons and a Zealot here for defense. Probably we'll see if they decide to move out or not. Oh, they're moving past that choke. Looks like they want to get up here, but the exact same defense coming up here for Rain. Robotics facility opening from Rain, and still no tech from Stork. Maybe he wasn't waiting at all. Ah, he was expanding though, so he was waiting to throw down that expand until the probe was dead. So no expansion yet from Rain. He's preparing for aggression or preparing to be aggressive himself. One of the two. He is getting, again, the range upgrade is going to be extremely useful. Let's see how close it is compared to Stork's. Ah, it's actually behind. Ah, Stork's is going to be a little bit ahead here. He's going to have the range upgrade. We have a decent micro battle here. We'll get the health bars up, and it looks like Rain's Dragoon's taking the brunt of that right there, pulling him out of the battle. One more shot will take him down, so he's not involved in this whatsoever. Zealot versus Zealot. Nobody's died yet. That's how careful this micro has been between these two players. Takes me back to the early days of Brood War, man. When this was it. A lot of these games were just Dragoon and Zealot micro, and somebody won. There was shuttle play too. One of the Dragoons goes down. That's a big deal. And another one possibly going to fall here. Yes, simultaneous explosions on both of the Dragoons. The color differences aren't that intense here, but Rain does end up winning with a couple Zealots and a Dragoon, with only one Dragoon here to pressure from Stork. He decides those aren't good odds. We're going to pull back a little bit and wait for this expansion to finish. Meanwhile, tech back home, additional gateways, robotics facility not doing anything quite yet, but working on an observatory up north. And I'm going to guess that's exactly what we're seeing here from Rain too. Yes, observatory. They want detection. In case there are some DTs, in case there's Arbiter play in the future, or just for scouting purposes, observers are the way to go in this matchup, and really all matchups. If you're not making observers as Protoss in your Brood War games, you're doing something wrong. I did have a suggestion from somebody in the Discord server the other day. Link in the description to the Discord if you want to come hang out with fellow StarCraft fans. StarCraft 2 and Brood War. We get along. We're friends. Where they said that, Falcon, you should do some of the basic Brood War stuff. Basic build orders, basic unit compositions, just basic stuff like that. What do the units do and everything? And I said, well, Day9 already covered that. He did a Basics of Brood War series. Didn't call that exactly, but that's what it was. He did it. It's on his channel. He knows more about Brood War than I ever will. I love Day9 and respect him so much as a personality and as a professional player in StarCraft. He won major tournament back in his day. That's how good he is at the Brood War. And I don't want to step on his toes, but somebody said that maybe if they were a little bit more concise, Day9 tends to ramble on. It might be worth it just to look up a video that says, here's how you open in a PvP, right? Here's how you open against Zerg. Here's a safe thing that you can do. Ah, the probe came in. Tried to come in this back way and get some scouting off, and the Dragoons were like, no, not allowed, right by Tracy's armory. 2 Tracy's armories right next to each other on the map. I got mine at Tracy's, it says, but I mean, I guess in fairness, I used to live in a place where there are 2 7-Elevens, which for those of you who are not familiar, is just a convenience store with gas stations attached usually, and there were 2 of them directly across the street from each other right by my house. I don't know how that happened to this day. Anyway, we do in fact have an observer flying in to see the robotic support bay. Okay, so robotic support bay on the way. We got Reavers in production here for Stork. We got a shuttle coming in for Rain. Faster shuttle movement seems to be the priority from Rain here, which can be really good. Fast shuttles with Reavers are terrifying in all matchups, in PvP especially. Just don't have the speedy units to keep up with them and respond. Zealots aren't that fast, at least not with the leg enhancement upgrade. Without that upgrade, and Dragoons are okay. If they have 4 legs, you think they'd be zippy, but they're really not that zippy at responding to threats in most situations. So we already have a Reaver out for Rain, getting scouted by the observer from Stork, and same composition out here. So we're just mirroring each other pretty much. Yeah, there we go. Gravitic drive starting for Stork, a little bit faster than Rain's is, but that's okay. It'll all even out in the end here. Just minor differences of opinion as to how this build should go. And we're moving out. Looks like Rain is going to push on out here. Keep calling him Saren Rain. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't see anything on the Wikipedia page about Saren, but it's definitely Rain. And they're going to push out and try to get some pressure up here on Stork. Stork has, again, pretty much the exact same composition. Observer picked off, and now Rain is in the dark. I'm not sure he wants to push in there without knowing what he's dealing with. 2 Reavers back here, man. That is some scary stuff. This Reaver dropping from Rain, going to go ahead and take down a pylon of Storks that is in position, I think, to see drops. These are what these pylons are. Yeah, definitely to cover this northern section of the map and make sure that drops can't come in without him knowing that they are coming. And Rain, once that observer died, he decided it was time to pull back. He did not like what he saw at all. It's 90 to 86 supply. Stork is up, but he's also supply blocked because he lost that pylon. Is he throwing up additional ones here? Yeah, man. He's throwing up additional pylons. And here we go. We got a shuttle. It does not have speed yet because Stork's shuttle speed is not done, but Rain's is. That's going to give him a bit of a micro advantage in the upcoming battle here. We'll see what pressure can be put on by Stork at the front door. You can drop here some Dragoons on the high ground possibly, but Dragoons are waiting, and there's detection up here as well. Shuttle coming up. Reaver. Oh, double Reaver weapon. Nice split on the Dragoon, so they aren't getting hit by multiple Scarabs, but that said, direct shots to the face of those Dragoons. Reaver gets picked off, though, from the low ground. Not quite picking it up in time here. Nice hit. Gambled a little bit there and made it happen. 2 Reavers on the ground, and Rain's Dragoons are taking some shots for sure. High ground by Rain having the advantage here. There are some shots that are missing from the low ground here by Stork. That's how it works in Brood War. Additional shots hitting. Still, 2 Reavers in that shuttle for Stork, and he decides to back on out is what he decides to do. Where did that... No, did I miss the shuttle going down for Rain? I thought he... Oh, man. I thought he saved it. Is it over here? All right, well, the shuttle went down for Rain, and apparently he only has Dragoons left. I'm very surprised that Stork pulled back in that situation. He had his shuttle. He had his Reavers. And that seems to be generally how you want to do some things here. Trying to drop in and get some more kills. Dragoon's shooing that away quite nicely, and the shuttle is going to head on back home. Alright, so hanging out on 2 base still. Again, I just love this pylon spread out of Stork. But yeah, the pressure did not kill any probes, I don't believe, from Stork. Didn't slow the economy down of Rain at all. But killing that shuttle does push back what Rain is trying to do here by quite a bit. Where is Rain's robotics? There's the robotics facility making an observer. Made another Reaver. And again, as far as I can tell, he lost both of his Reavers there. Oh no, here it is. This is the shuttle. Where were you? I was sure I hadn't missed it. I wasn't sure I hadn't missed it. I thought I had missed it, but it's here. It's here. It's got the 1 Reaver in it. Is it coming back home to pick up the 2nd Reaver? I bet it is. That's kind of funny. Like, 2 Reavers are better than 1. I was almost there to get some pressure on, but you know what? I'm going to have a 2nd Reaver. No problemo. And, oh, not going back out. Actually just defending here. Storm tech of choice here for Stork. Rain's working on leg enhancements for his Zealots. Zealot charge is pretty good, especially if they can dash up to High Templar and stab them in the face with their side blades, even as the Templar try to storm them. The problem is with melee units and defending is that the melee units are right on top of your other units, and if you storm them, you're storming your own units as well. It's a friendly fire spell, which is good because it hits like a truck. And if it wasn't friendly fire, it'd probably be overpowered. Anyway, Dragoon's pushing out here for Rain, and more Dragoons along the bottom side here too. Ooh, it is Dark Templar on the way from Stork. Okay. So I got his Templar Archives, obviously, and he's getting stormed. He's also working on a couple DTs, just to make sure detection is present for Rain in all situations. Another pylon getting taken down. And look at this Dragoon pathing. Jeez. Poor Dragoon pathing, man. It is not good. It is. They did not fix that at all for Brood War Remastered. StarCraft Remastered? It is Brood War, though. It's not StarCraft 1 Remastered. What a silly name. Either way, is Stork trying to expand down here? Stork trying to expand down here. An expansion coming up along the left side here for Rain, just north of his main, but it is by, I mean, it's over cliffs. You can't get there super fast, is the problem. So 3rd base, difficult to get to, a little bit difficult to hold as usual. Stork, his attempt at kind of establishing a 3rd base down here gets shut down fairly easily by Rain. 136 to 138 supply. It's very close in supply right now. The problem for Stork is that if he keeps losing these pylons, he's going to get supply blocked again, going to slow him down. Here comes a DT Reaver drop out of Stork, though. Continuing to push up a kill pylons are these Dragoons. Reaver drop going to come in, try to get something done here. And right on top of this mineral line, oh boy. Decent Scarab shot. There we go. The cannon goes down. Detection is not present here anymore. Look at the whole army coming back for Rain to deal with this. He was not prepared for this drop in the teeniest or tiniest of bits. Is he going to lose his main next? It sure looks like he is. The damage combined of the DTs and the Reaver is going to bring up very, very close down to, and it is out. 71 hit points and done. The shuttle going to get out of there. Again, very zippy. Much, much more zippy than Dragoons are. Look at the Dragoon trying to catch it. Nope. Dropping here at this 3rd base, trying to take down this cannon. There are additional cannons here, though, and the detection is going to be a different situation. So did he? Oh, and then he got killed by these Dragoons trying to come back in. So good cover there out of Rain. Lost a couple cannons, lost a bunch of probes, lost his Nexus, which is not good, but he did kill the shuttle, and he did kill the Dark Templar and the Reaver that were contained within. Bit of an engagement setting up here, possibly out here towards the middle of the map. It's going to be Dragoons and Zealots with Storm on everybody here. Everybody getting the Storm across both sides. However, Rain has brought a secret weapon. He's got Reavers who immediately catch a Storm to the face. One of the Reavers dies. Another one does not make a decent hit there at all. Coming forward to deal with that Reaver. Nice pickup. Oh, did he not save it? He didn't save it. More Storms everywhere. Hard to tell who's winning this engagement. It looks like Stork might have a few more Dragoons than his opponent. High Templar taking shots directly to the face there from both players. And it looks like Rain is getting pushed back by Stork's forces, even as Stork throws down a 3rd base down there in the bottom right-hand corner. That said, Rain is up, man. Rain is sitting on that 3rd base. He did not lose it. Still trying to warp in his main Nexus, though, so that's going to slow him down. It's close. It is really close, ladies and gentlemen. 105 to 103 supply. Stork is up. It's been within 2 to 4 supply, I feel like, the entire game. That is how evenly matched these players are today. Reaver drop at the 3rd base of Rain. I'm going to go ahead and take down, a couple probes, couple cannons. Oh, huge hit in that mineral line would be just, a couple probes go down. Splitting the probes fairly efficiently here is Rain. So I'm liking that. I like what we see here. Getting back behind the mineral line. At this point, it's hard to get any decent shots off on these probes. They're split so effectively well. That said, killing some Dragoons fairly easily and definitely worth it for the 25 mineral cost to make a Scarab. 7 kills on this Reaver already. One more hit. Does take down some shields on that Dragoon and does get picked off by the hero Dragoon there. And all the probes can come back to work. They ran way up here, man. They were afraid. They were afraid of that Reaver, and for good reason. Did they have the upgrade yet? Nope, not getting the plus 25 damage upgrade. I don't think it's necessary in this matchup. You can wipe the floor with probes. You hit Dragoons pretty well. No upgrade will make it one last shot to kill another Protoss unit, I believe is the concept here. So third base down, doing a bit of a Maynard transfer to that third. 124 to 105 supply. Stork is up all of a sudden. Those drops doing work. That Nexus being lost really hurt the income of Rain for a bit there. And the third base was late for Stork, but it was enough. It was on time enough to basically take advantage, as a drop here, take advantage of killing that Nexus on Rain's end of the map. Yeah, a bit of a Templar drop there. And actually, did you just storm? How did you storm to... Sounded like maybe another High Templar died in there. Alright, well, things are happening. Heading down again is Stork. He's got his Dragoon army. He's got himself an Archon in the mix here too. I do like Archons in PvT. These Templar have enough for 2 storms each, which is pretty massive. The Reavers each have 5 Scarabs. And I don't know if I like this push from Stork. He doesn't have the splash damage necessary, I don't think. He's got a couple High Templar. Bringing additional ones in for the mix, though, which is pretty good news. Let's see if Rain's coming back. No, man, that gap is getting even bigger for Stork here. He's up 139 to 102 supply. His army is getting big. Upgrades are +2 attack for his ground units. Only +1 attack is done for Rain. He's working on +2, but he's behind now. So Stork making things happen, man, with aggression, with macro back home, putting Rain on the defensive instead of Stork being on the defensive is really starting to pay off for him here. High Templar at the front, there we go, to throw those storms down so that Stork's army has to walk through storms to even get to the main event here, weakening units before they're even involved in the battles. That means the High Templar are exposed, though, and they do get picked off. Another shuttle drop up here on the right side, and this time by Ring, and to try to take down this cannon so detection is not available, and then going after what? Some of these probes? Going after the High Templar, I feel like, are a high priority target here. Yes. Dark Templar actually not hitting anything. Where are you going, DT? Oh, storm drop here at the natural base. Huge storm. Wow. Amazing stuff there. Rain still has a Dark Templar wandering in and going after the probes, getting the gas here at the almost expired Vespene gas geyser. Assimilator, rather. It is Assimilator in this position. And yeah, Dark Templar still doing stuff, man. How many kills do you have? 3 kills? Not bad. Observer finally coming up. The Dark Templar knows his days are numbered. And he tried to take down that pylon very valiantly. 2 more shots probably would have taken it down. 45 damage on those warp blades. Okay, still sitting on 3 bases, everybody. Stork, again, has intel everywhere across the northern section of the map. He knows when drops are coming in, unless they come directly like this. In which case, he does not know that they're coming, and I think Rain knows that. That's the path that he used to get the shuttle in the first time. I'm surprised Stork hasn't plugged that gap in his intelligence hole. Another, big old storm drop. Fantastic storm drop. Oh, Stork gets off the best storm drop I've ever seen on the channel. Every probe at the base died, even though they were running for their lives. Another base has been up here by Stork. And some Dragoons are trying to take it down. They have the upgrades to make it happen, +1 attack. Again, upgrades do stack for ground units and not for static defense, which is why you can do this kind of a thing with just a couple of Dragoons against cannons. Cannons don't benefit from upgrades, and except for the shield upgrade. They do benefit from that, but we haven't seen any of that today. And it is a fairly rare upgrade to get. Another pylon goes down. Stork only up about 20 supply now. Well, let's make that 18. Instead of the 40 he was previously. This game is definitely swinging back and forth on the who's ahead axis, which is always fun. Always the best StarCraft games are the ones where you're not quite sure who's winning at any given time. Reaver, double Reaver, taking down that cannon, and this 4th base is going to fall. Stork didn't even make any attempt to really save it, which I am honestly surprised by. He didn't send any troops to help that thing at all. It would have taken a while to get there, understandably. It looked like he was maybe trying to sneak a ninja expand These probes are dead as well, and suddenly we're down to 159 to 151 supply. Rain is only down by 10 supply right now. Sure, he lost all of his probes at his third base, which is such bad news, but he has a good Archon count here. There are 4 Archons for Stork, and there are a good 6 Archons for Rain in his army right now. That's +2 upgrade's got to be done by now, doesn't it? Yes, it does. +2 is almost, or done rather. Stork's +3 is almost done, and that's what you're worried about if you are a Rain fan in this situation. Double drops, okay. Are those all Zealots? Yeah, man, all Zealots from Stork. He's got a double shuttle drop, but it's all Zealots. Wait, hang on, this one is Archon. So double Zealot and Archon swinging across this section of the map right now. Can they get to this third base and get some damage done? There's only 4 cannons present. It is so hard to defend this position. Archon's coming down. Cannon's dying immediately. Zealots on top of probes. They are fleeing for their lives, coming through this little gate that only probes can get through. And pylon's going down. The third base is going to fall. Stork has another... What are these shuttles doing? Oh, these are the shuttles from the drop. Why are they over here? I thought they'd be up here helping their friends, but no. Definitely not. Archon's going after this third base. They want to get their second Nexus kill. They want to get Stork's second Nexus kill of the game. They're trying to focus it down. The Dragoons do take down one of the Archons. Another one going to die here too. They took some previous damage. So they're a little bit squishy, but that damage right here, 409, that number's not going to change. It's not going to go up, at least. You can't recover those hit points. You can only recover shields, which we do see starting to go up on that now. So didn't lose his base, but has lost a lot of probes over here. Has Rain. I feel like Stork is just in an amazing position. All right, so Rain says, I need to make something happen right now. It is just chaos right now. Archons on Archons, Storm on everybody. Not enough energy message from somebody in this battle, but it looks like Rain is the victor. He's pushing with that yellow. However, Stork has another drop at the third base of Rain right now. Coming on in to this bottom right, this third base of Stork that's been pretty much left alone since it was established. It's getting absolutely crushed. Is Rain going to do this thing after losing his third base? He needs to push with his army and finish the deal. The problem is the income for Stork is abysmal right now. He has effectively 1 mining base with 2 mineral patches at it. Not a good place to be. He's down 138 to 96 supply. The Storms and the Archon play were too good. Out of Rain. Why are you pulling back, Rain? Where are you going? Is there some... Do you have a previous appointment? Did you forget? Why would you not push in this? I guess maybe it's pushing into a choke. Maybe if you're ahead, get more ahead, but you just lost your third. You're in the same bad position that Stork is. You just have a better army right now. Okay, he's going back. Maybe he just went back to gather reinforcements. Stork's trying to get a third base up, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. I am not convinced that is a possibility whatsoever. Army going back again for Rain. He's so indecisive right now. Where are you going, man? Come back. Go the other... He's going the other way. I don't know. Is he waiting for High Templar to join the party? Maybe. Maybe. This shuttle... Oh, this reverse. Storming it up. Ooh, actually decent hit. Ooh, takes down a High Templar, though. Army pushing up towards this third base. I think Stork's days are numbered. Once this third base falls, if it falls, he's got a pretty decent defensive contingent here. And they do have the +3 attack. Whereas +2 is only done here for Rain, and he hasn't bothered even starting the +3. Are you kidding? That's a problem. Good Storm, though, on the units over on the right side. High Templar, a big deal in this situation. Picking off the shuttle was a big play by Rain, too. And suddenly, Archon's trying to come on in, dancing around each other awkwardly. Thinking about pushing into this choke as Rain decides not to. Stork defending on in. It's Dragoon versus Dragoon right now. Who's more injured is the question. And wow, look at this. Stork barely kind of managing to hold on. Brings reinforcements in, and he does manage to save his third base, while this army thinking about pushing in, but is a little bit weak here. Doesn't have the Dragoon count that he feels like he needs. And he's pulling back. Third base is saved by Stork. Holy Toledo. Rain decides, I can't win this now. I can't do it. Let's get the third base reestablished later than I'd probably like it to be. Look at how low these mineral counts are for these players. Both sitting under 100 minerals. They're so starved for income. Stork finally mining off of this third base, which is an incredible play by him. Third base so far away. Ah, we have swung back in favor of Stork somehow this game. Man, I mean, I understand that people don't include bad games in Brood War replay packs, but this has been really, really good. All right, Stork. He wants to come in and shut down this third base that is just newly finished for Rain. He decides, I don't like what I see. I don't like what I see over there. I'm going to pull back and be careful. Just being careful here. I still can't believe that Rain doesn't have that +3 attack. It's really, really good. It's really good, especially in this matchup. Sorry, so Stork's being patient. He doesn't have a huge army out the front of Rain's third base. In fact, I think he's outnumbered. In Archons, he definitely is. And there's some Storm back here, too. I think he's just going for it, man. He's just going Archon versus Archon, mano a mano. Storm helping to finish off the last of the Archons there and then pushing Stork away. I don't like you sitting on my front door, old man. Says Rain, I don't like you there. We're going to push you back all the way to your own third base and see if you can defend that. How's that sound? Wow, production tab is empty for both players right now. What is going on? All right, Archons absorbing the shots. Pretty good at absorbing shots, at tanking damage for Dragoons that are a little bit flimsier. Storm, oh, Storm versus Storm. Oh, the High Templar of Rain gets picked off. Nice target firing there by Stork. APM well over 200 for both of these players right now. Another Storm whiffing largely. I'm not even sure who cast that one. It's so hard to tell. Storm doesn't have a color. It'd be real nice if Storm had a color. I'm going to start a proposition for that. It'd be Blue Storm versus Yellow Storm, right? Bit of a Zealot attempted drop here. Just Zealot dropping inside the main base. Unfortunately, they're at an upgrade at disadvantage, and there are enough Zealots here and Dragoons that, yes, Rain decides, unloading here is dumb, but also there's an army outside. Good Storm drop. Dragoon does pick off the High Templar. And the shuttles get out, at the very least. They were not super trapped at this stage. Alright, so both players have their third bases back. They're effectively on one base economies right now, though. Oh, preemptive Storm taking on one of the shuttles. Nice Storm on that mineral line, but most of the probes had been pulled away in anticipation. The Zealots versus Cannon. I mean, I don't know what the Cannon had done to them necessarily. They're not clearing stuff out for a DT either, but just killing some of these probes on gas, maybe going after a pylon or two until the defensive Zealots show up is going to be fine. Here comes the push, though, by Rain into Stork's third base. Storm everywhere. Archon versus Archon everywhere right now. It is absolute chaos, but it looks like Stork is held. Only a couple units remaining that are in yellow. The Dragoon and the High Templar are both... Well, the High Templar is not making it home. It's just too slow. Indeed. 59 to 50 supply. Stork is up, but we are at the barest levels of economy right now for both of these players. No one's been able to get a fourth base and hold it for any length of time. Third bases are barely running and oversaturated at that, at least for Rain. There's no defense here. The Zealots need to get up and save that cannon. No, they're too late. Shuttle shows up, absorbing some shots. A Storm going down on the attacking Dragoon. Whoa! Rain held it. He held it. His third base. I don't even know what I'm seeing right now. What a play. Another attempted Storm drop on the probes as they run his own shuttle. I think he stormed his own shuttle there before he died. Yikes. Again, control is really hard in Brood War, but Rain... Okay, so Rain's up 54 to 44, but I feel like most of that's in probes. Look at these probes. Look at how many probes there are at this third base. And there's like, four Zealots, 3 Dragoons, and a High Templar. This is not a game-winning army, but at the same time, Stork doesn't have anything either. He got Dragoons. He's got Zealots. He's got a High Templar, but, I mean, his army's bigger in that he has... well, more Dragoons anyway. It's the same for everything else, but both players sitting back and licking their wounds at this stage of the game. Nobody wants to move out. Every time they've attempted to kill the other player, they've failed. Defender's advantage has kicked in most of these situations. However, Rain says if at first you don't succeed, try again. Observer sees this. Oh, Storm drop. Storm drop here from Stork. The Storm drops are everywhere. Did he... Oh, hang on. Did he wipe... How many kills do you have? 10 kills? 2 more probes killed. Okay. Rain, where are your probes at? Are they all dead? Did that Storm drop wipe out every one of your probes? I feel like it did, but that means your army's bigger. Because it's 52 to 47, and sure, you're down a little bit to Stork here, but that means more of that is army and less of that is probes. Storm happening. Man, this is one desperate last push for Rain. If he can do this, he'll win if he takes down the third base, but I'm not sure that he can. Zealots storm dodging as best they can. The upgrades again helping Stork immensely right now. Cannons firing off again. Cannons are great at doing damage, not so great at taking it, especially in these situations. High Templar taking a couple shots, no storm available on that High Templar. Reinforcements coming in for Stork. He has that income. He can continue to make units, which is really, really great. Another storm dodged fairly well. The Observer actually didn't take any storm damage at all in that situation. High Templar, whoa, not even a priority right now. Zealots on top of Dragoons. The micro is insane out of Rain. Can he take down this Dragoon? The Zealot chasing, doing terrible damage to this Dragoon count, and I think that's going to be it. I don't see how Rain wins this. Oh, there we go. Rain manages to win the engagement. Pushing into the third base again. However, more Dragoons and more High Templar in production, dropping on those probes, wiping them out, not even bothering to replace the probes back home is Rain. That's how much he needs to win this thing. Yep, defensive Dragoons coming in, and there is your good game. 30 minutes and 49 seconds. What an absolutely crazy, crazy game between these two players. Oh, what did we come down to? What did we come down to here? Rain had a Dragoon. Stork had 2 Dragoons. And a High Templar. You're blue, right? He's blue. Yep, he's definitely blue. No workers back home from Rain at all. Were there anything? There were 2 more Dragoons in production here for Stork, but he ended the game with, I mean, a total of 7 probes. Whoa, oh, what are these guys doing? Why does he have Dragoons up here? Maybe he forgot they existed. Would have been nice to have these Dragoons defending the third base. I don't know what they're doing at this position. They're not protecting this. This is mined out. And who cares about protecting this from a couple Dragoons? He needed them up there the whole time. And didn't have them. Again, probably just forgot, right? Probably just forgot about them. Hoorah! All right. Well, that's gonna be it from me. Let's check out the final score before we go, though. As is tradition, it's gonna be tight. I feel like 19,000. Wait, 198,000, 194,000 in favor of Stork. Produced fairly similar, killed fairly similar, lost fairly similar. I mean, Stork made more units. Actually, hang on. Made fewer units and killed more units. Okay, so that adds up quite substantially. I have to imagine that +3 attack really helped in the battles from that point on. Lost 26 buildings. A lot of that was probe or pylons he just had set up. And then gas mined 12 to 13,000, 33 to 32,000 on the minerals, and 46 to 44 spent. Tight, man. Super, super tight. So what a great PvP. A lot of fun there. You PvP fans definitely telling us I told you so after that one. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another StarCraft Brood War Remastered replay. Go ahead and hit that like button if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, where I am doing a Warcraft 2 playthrough. All right. So again, thanks for watching, and until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.